So, picture this for a second. You're 15 years old, right? You've got homework.
Yeah, maybe stressing over a geometry test or something.
Exactly. But instead of that, you are lacing up your boots to walk onto the pitch for FC Barcelona, facing down, seasoned grown men.
It's just wild.
It is. And that is the reality Lamine Yamal stepped into. So welcome to our deep dive today. We're looking at the meteoric rise of the player who is just absolutely commanding the 2026 World Cup right now.
Completely commanding it.
Right. And our mission today is to figure out how this 18-year-old prodigy hasn't just, joined the elite ranks, but completely reshaped the landscape of international football.
The timeline is just, it's honestly hard to process. Born July 13, 2007, so he literally just turned 18.
Which is insane.
Right, and yet he's already a Euro 2024 champion, the youngest ever scorer in La Liga, and, the youngest to score at the Euros.
Yeah, making a first-team debut for Barcelona at 15. I mean, it's like a high school sophomore casually walking into a Fortune 500 boardroom and just immediately taking over the meeting. But what blows my mind isn't just the fact that he did it. It's how he did it.
Yeah.
How does a teenager systematically outmaneuver defenders who have, a decade more experience?
Well, it really comes down to his incredibly unique mechanical foundation. He's a left-footed right winger.
Right, the classic inverted winger setup.
Exactly. And his signature move is cutting inside. But the reason veteran defenders can't stop it is his body positioning. He hides the ball perfectly and uses these microscopic shifts in his weight.
To freeze them.
Yeah, to completely freeze a defender because he doesn't rely on, pure raw pace to blow past someone. He uses rhythm.
Ah, I see.
He essentially waits for the defender to shift their balance just a fraction of an inch, and then boom, he exploits that exact pocket of space.
Oh, wow. And I guess that tactical discipline that clearly comes from his time at La Masia, right? Barcelona's academy.
Absolutely. They basically teach football as a second language there.
Yeah, but he pairs that strict positional play with this, this fearless flair. You could really see the influence of his multicultural upbringing.
Oh, definitely.
With his Moroccan father and his Equatorial Guinean mother. It just gives him this incredibly grounded perspective. He's blending structural Spanish football with this super creative street-level instinct.
Yeah, and that combination creates a player who is, highly disciplined, but completely unpredictable one-on-one. He just possesses this eerie composure under intense pressure.
I do have to play devil's advocate here, though, because we've seen this exact movie before at Barcelona.
You mean the next Messi label?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You look at players like Bojan Krkić or Ansu Fati, phenomenal teenagers who got instantly slapped with that label, and the weight of those historical expectations basically crushed them. Why should we believe Yamal won't just burn out by 21?
No, it's a totally valid fear. I mean, the graveyard of quote-unquote next Messi is full. But what separates Yamal is that he isn't trying to mimic those past legends. Fati and Bojan, they were often pressured into playing styles that basically replicated their predecessors.
Look at you.
Yamal is forging a totally unique identity. The way he dictates the tempo of a match rather than just reacting to it, that shows a psychological maturity that insulates him from that pressure.
Well, that psychological maturity is tearing apart the biggest stage in the world right now. Because looking at the present, it's July 15, 2026.
Yep.
Spain is heading into the World Cup final after beating France 2-0, and Yamal was the absolute catalyst.
He truly was. I mean, he won the penalty that led to Spain's opening goal.
And had another one ruled out for offside, right?
Yeah, an incredibly close call. Plus, he is riding this streak that is just unprecedented for a European player.
Yeah.
He has won his first 12 starts across the Euros and this World Cup.
Wait, here is what is so fascinating to me. If you just look at his traditional stat sheet for this tournament, you might actually be kind of underwhelmed.
Right, because it's 6 games, 1 goal, 0 assists.
Exactly. 0 assists.
Yeah.
But he also has 15 shots and completely dominates the danger metrics.
Oh, the danger metrics are off the charts.
Let's actually explain what that means for a second, just so you have the full picture. Because danger metrics can sound like a front office buzzword.
Yeah, it sounds a bit nerdy.
Right. But we're basically talking about measuring things like expected threat. How often a player's passes or dribbles move the ball into areas highly likely to result in a goal, even if they aren't getting that final assist.
Precisely. And this is where you really have to look past the basic stats to see his true impact. Yamal just has this gravitational pull on the pitch.
What do you mean by gravitational pull?
When he gets the ball, 2 or 3 elite defenders instinctively collapse on him because they are just terrified of his one-on-one ability.
So he literally warps the pitch.
He does. By pulling that gravity toward him, he creates massive pockets of space on the opposite side for his teammates. So yeah, the stat sheet says 0 assists, but the underlying reality is his mere presence dismantles the opponent's defensive structure.
That is just a phenomenal way to look at the game. And at just 18 years old, Lamine Yamal is already viewed as a future Ballon d'Or contender, basically the face of the next generation of football.
He's proving that mastery doesn't necessarily require decades of grinding experience.
Which leaves you with this final thought to really ponder. If a player reaches the absolute pinnacle of international and club football, breaking historic records before his 19th birthday,
Yeah.
how does that force us to completely redefine what the quote-unquote peak years of an athlete's career even look like?
It's a great question.
Like if this is him at 18, what does 25 even mean anymore?